Today, I want to talk to you about identifying and playing into your winning zone. Now, when I talk to early stage startups and growth-focused companies, I find they fall into one of two buckets. The first bucket is they've never taken the time to truly identify where they win, where they fight, and where they lose. And the second bucket of companies have done this exercise, but that's become a static document and it hasn't been updated since it was first created. And needless to say, whether you fall into bucket A or bucket B, now is the time to do this. So what does a winning zone framework look like? And so for those of you who are new to this framework, I'm gonna walk you through it from the beginning. Now this is relatively simple, but it's a little time consuming, which I think is one of the reasons people tend not to revisit this after it was built in the first place. What we do to start on a sheet of paper is write down all of the value our product can provide. Absolutely everything. Some of these values are going to be very tangible, and some it's going to feel like a stretch. But make sure you write them all down. And this is an awesome brainstorming session for everyone on the team, from product to marketing and sales. And now that you have all this value documented on this sheet of paper, we're going to classify them into one of three buckets: our winning zone, our fighting zone, and our losing zone. So let's start with the winning zone. These are the areas of value that when it's between us and a competitor, we always come out on top. These are our competitive differentiators. This could be a feature that's entirely unique to our product that no one else has. Or it could be a feature that everyone has, but our implementation of it is just that much better. These are the areas that we stand out in. And when the conversation is steered towards this bucket, these deals are ours to lose. Now let's look at the fighting zone. This is where our product or service plays on a level playing field with the competitors. If you take sales out of the equation, the customer making the decision could do so with a coin toss. And this is where, as a salesperson, you tend to fight your battles, trying to prove that you're better than your competitors. Now in this last bucket, this is our losing zone. This is all the stuff we thought was awesome about our product, but it turns out nobody really cares about it, or our competitors' implementations of these are vastly better than ours. And while our product or service can do these things, if it's between me and another competitor, I've got a really hard uphill battle. Good chance is I'm gonna lose. So now that we've got everything we can deliver in terms of value into one of these three buckets, this is going to empower us to do a couple things. We now have the explicit area of focus for our sales and marketing teams. Now, as a sales rep trying to build a great pipeline of strong, qualified opportunities, knowing when customer needs and pain align to our winning zone helps me be more confident in the deals I want to invest time into. During demos and customer interactions, we can now lead the customer and steer the conversation in the direction we want it to go by being able to provide insights that align to our winning zone. Now, when the conversation starts going in the direction of my losing zone, these are going to start becoming customer objections. So the winning zone framework builds the foundation we need to keep the conversation out of the areas we don't want to be in and steer the conversation towards where we're going to win. Now, this is something I see when I'm coaching reps, and it happens all the time. The customer has brought up pain that aligns to a value that you have in your losing zone. What do? A lot of reps try to pitch and try to make the customer think this losing zone value is actually a winning zone for you. And while this might on the surface seem like it's a good idea, you've now just invited the customer to dig into that with all of your competitors as well. And you know what's going to happen when they put the two of you beside each other. You're going to lose. So instead, what I coach reps to do, when you see the conversation moving into your losing zone, you have to get in front of it like we do in objection handling. This will allow you to de-emphasize the pain that you don't do a great job of solving for and redirect the conversation into your winning zone. And being able to do that is an art form in itself. A key thing to remember here is the document is never static. You need a process in place to consistently review and evaluate it. And it's amazing what can happen in 3 months in terms of your product evolution and your competitive landscape. So if you have any questions about implementing this framework in your business, please reach out to me directly or leave a message in the comments below. I'm always happy to assist.